Even before she became the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump has lived her entire life in the public eye. At just 9 years old, she became a target of the tabloids during her parents' infamous breakup, which played out in real time in the media and in movies.
Don't get mad, get everything.
So it's no surprise that as an adult, Ivanka has maintained a tightly controlled public image of herself and her marriage to fellow real estate mogul Jared Kushner. But certain cracks in her facade, like her much-memed meeting with Justin Trudeau and the time she forgot to wear her wedding ring on The View, have led to speculation about what's really going on with her marriage to Jared Kushner. Here are some clues. Religious rifts. Jared Kushner's devout faith in Orthodox Judaism reportedly led he and Ivanka to temporarily split a few years back. The problem laid primarily with Kushner's father, Charles Kushner, who was the one who pushed for Ivanka to convert before allowing them to marry. A guest at their wedding said the elder Kushner even brought up the subject in his toast to the newlyweds at the reception, saying something along the lines of, "Look, everyone thinks she's great, but being Jewish is just unbelievably important to us, and she's not Jewish. It's a problem for me. A genuine problem. Then I watched and got to see she's in love with my son, and it wasn't what I thought in the beginning. I feel right about it." How's that for botched mazel tov? But if Ivanka felt any kind of pressure over the conversion, she doesn't seem to anymore. She now feels that her newfound faith has blended both the modern and traditional aspects of her life as well as strengthened their family. She told Vogue, quote, "I really find that with Judaism, it creates an amazing blueprint for family connectivity," end quote. She added that observing the Sabbath allows the busy parents to disconnect and unwind each week from their busy schedules. Speaking of which, crazy calendars. If you asked most married couples to compliment each other, one of the last things they would cite would be a resume item. But Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner aren't most couples. Prior to joining Trump's administration, they were both leaders of powerful, multi-billion-dollar real estate organizations. Ivanka held a leadership role in the Trump Organization, and Jared was CEO of Kushner Companies, his family's real estate empire, as well as majority shareholder and publisher of The Observer. As you can imagine, these executive positions, while clearly rewarding, consume a lot of time and energy. Ivanka has said she works 12 to 14-hour days, and speaking to Harper's Bazaar, she boasted her pride in always arriving before everyone else at the office. That kind of drive must have been a huge turn-on for Kushner, who actually met Trump during what was supposed to be a business meeting, and that transactional nature has continued throughout their marriage. The couple's wedding program even allegedly included a marketing flyer for one of Donald Trump's golf courses, a claim which Ivanka denies. But it's kind of believable, considering how Kushner described their marriage to Vogue, saying, quote, "I would say she is definitely the CEO of our household, whereas I'm more on the board of directors," end quote. Whoa, calm down there, Casanova. Even their date nights are reportedly business-oriented, as he most likes to take her to his newest property acquisitions. The Senior Citizen Squad. Unlike her party girl half-sister Tiffany, Ivanka Trump has always seemed like an old soul. She told Purple magazine, quote, "Partying was never a major part of my life. I don't drink a lot. I've always preferred quiet settings like dinners," end quote. It's probably the reason Ivanka and Chelsea Clinton have gotten along so well.
And our friendship didn't start in politics. It certainly is not going to end because of politics.
Outside of that high-profile friendship, though, Ivanka was never really one for the scene. According to Esquire, Kushner tends to surround himself with older captains of industry, which was evident at his 35th birthday celebration, in which one guest described the median age of partygoers as somewhere near 70. And this probably works just fine for Ivanka, who once said, quote, "Jared and I will go walk around neighborhoods and look at properties that he owns and that I own, but that's fun," end quote. So chances are you won't find these guys at your friendly neighborhood kegger anytime soon. Distancing from the dads. Sorta. Though Ivanka is definitely more extroverted than her husband, neither she nor Jared come close to matching the huge personalities of their fathers. Donald Trump is obviously less poised than his daughter, and Charles Kushner, Jared's father, is also a tenacious businessman with a controversial personality. In fact, both Donald Trump and Charles Kushner have also been embroiled in their share of scandals, with Kushner actually serving 2 years in jail for a series of bizarre crimes including tampering with elections and arranging to blackmail his own sister. So while they both stem from outlandish dads, Ivanka and Jared are actually pretty polished, all things considered. A match made in somewhere. For all of the speculation and media scrutiny surrounding the Trump family, Jared and Ivanka's marriage actually shows no signs of strain. Granted, they play everything extremely close to the chest, but most normal marriages would falter under the stress of just the 24-hour media coverage, let alone the privacy intrusion of a presidential election. But Jared and Ivanka's marriage is anything but normal, and the introduction of the stressful world of politics has only seemed to strengthen their bond. Ivanka told Vogue that Jared is her ideal partner because his drive and ambitions match her own, saying, quote, "His own dreams are bold, and I love that in someone," end quote. Of course, that's just one way to put it. Another source close to the couple, speaking to Esquire, described them a bit more cynically, saying, quote, "Power, power, power, power. Jared's got plenty of money, but the only way he can separate himself from his family is power. They're a great match because that's also what Ivanka is after," end quote. As they both continue to climb the ranks in the Oval Office, it's clear they've got no shortage of that these days. Thanks for watching. Click the Nicki Swift icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.